Listen closely now, my child. A shift has just occurred in the unseen realm, and it concerns you. This very evening, yes, right now, a specific calling placed within you has been awakened. This moment didn't arrive by chance. I move things forward. This is not just another night. This is a time I arranged precisely for you. You felt that inner stirring, that sense of unease, that sudden pull, because the purpose I kept unseen for years has now reached its moment. You are not here by accident. You aren't hearing these words by error. You hear them because my timeless plan is unfolding over your existence. This is what I intended, not a coincidence. I brought this moment about to stir you. The particular assignment I set for you, kept secret even from your own awareness, has been awaiting this very hour to begin. Your time of waiting is finished. The season of uncertainty has ended. I am summoning you to your position. I knew who you are fully long before you ever knew I was near. And now, at the appointed moment, the path I have prepared for you is becoming clear, and the way ahead for your unseen calling has been made accessible. You are not simply asked, you are being dispatched. You may feel you don't possess what's required, my beloved child, but I see your readiness to obey, not your capabilities. I don't look for those who are prepared. I prepare those I summon. You, my precious one, have been summoned to work within my design, guided by me. And from this point onward, your journey will be different. The situations surrounding you will shift. Difficulties might increase, but the might I provide you is far beyond any resistance. That is the source of your strength. It doesn't come from others' opinions, but from my commissioning of you. You have no need for others' acceptance when I have chosen you. And yes, the world around you might appear the same tomorrow. But you will be transformed, my child, because with this calling awakened, you no longer live a common existence. You are now a vessel I use, one who will bring about shifts aligned with my desire. Matters that bothered you previously will now recede. What once caused you fear will give way to the authority I have vested in you. In your presence, the spiritual atmosphere is altered. Do not undervalue what I have bestowed upon you, my child. Do not disregard the quiet certainty inside you that whispers of something greater. That inner certainty isn't fantasy or arrogance. You have been existing below the capacity I designed for you, but now circumstances are distinct. I have selected you to accomplish something new. The calling I appointed for you has been safeguarded through every difficulty. Every instance someone opposed you, I permitted it for a purpose. Why? Because the one who stands against me perceived something you did not. He saw what I had put inside you. Individuals attempted to hurt you with their speech, my child. Connections sought to shatter you. Structures aimed to restrain you. This was not due to who you were at that time, but because of what resided within you. Your identity was recognized in the dark realms long before you ever communicated with me. Yet, you endured. Why? Because my favor preserved you until I could unveil this calling to you. This instant isn't merely a signal, it is a deliberate movement. And you don't need everyone to comprehend this. What is occurring with you isn't meant for everyone to witness. It is a piece of my expanding design. Your spirit has been set apart for a season of challenge, of awakening, of pushing past limits. This isn't simply words of comfort. It is a summons to move. You have been enrolled. The normal path of your existence has been changed. I am bringing forward those I have distinguished, my cherished one, and your identity is within that group. Release any hesitation when confronted with this reality. I make no mistakes. I provide strength for a specific cause. I summon you and equip you. I proceed with intention. The aspect of you that has been dormant is on the verge of stirring with might. Arise now, my beloved. You are no longer hidden. My word has gone forth. Your calling is engaged. You have consistently been observed. Your identity has been uttered in places not seen. Your existence was never secret, not from the powers of darkness. You were distinguished, not at your birth, but the instant you came into being. I set my sign upon you, and the darkness paid attention. There is no minor assignment from me. Even if you sought to disappear into the crowd, you would be unable. You bear something originating from forever, something that attracts the invisible realm. This is the reason your life has felt as though you were singled out, my child. Why you encountered resistance without apparent cause. Why you were assailed before you even committed to any position. It is because the one who contends with me perceived it. He always discerns the potential before it is evident. You did not pursue this, yet it was assigned to you. You were distinguished in realms beyond your sight by forces unknown to you. Still, something inside you persevered. You could have surrendered. You could have turned aside. But you did not, my child. Because your innermost being recalled what your conscious thought had not yet understood. There is further truth. From your very start, you were observed. Even when you felt most shattered, a holy guard was upon your spirit. Not a single moment of falling apart went unnoticed. Not one instance you were rejected went unmarked. I have been chronicling the account of your life, my child, not to point out flaws, but as evidence of your resilience. I do not overlook those who persevere. I respect them. The signs you bear are how I reveal who you genuinely are. There is a purpose why the darkness continued to monitor your progress. Each time you sought restoration, something dark attempted to wound you anew. Each time you discovered hope, something aimed to remove it. That wasn't coincidence. That was the invisible realm watching you. The domain of darkness remained around you, not due to your state at that time, but because of your intended destination. Your mere presence disrupts the intentions of darkness. Some of your earliest recollections contain the traces of battles you did not comprehend at that point, my precious child. You may have thought those difficult times were just the usual pains of growing up, random hard luck, or simply people being unkind. But in the unseen realm, you had already been noticed. The one who stands against me acts quickly when he senses my purpose on a life. He tries to hinder the future I intend for you before it can even begin to unfold. That suffering in your past was not a penalty. It was an early challenge. Yet here is the wonder. I never stopped watching over you, my child, not even when you doubted your own worth. I never took my gaze from you, not for a single instant. I knew the hardship would not break you. It would strengthen you. The same eyes that saw you hurting also see you rising. The same presence that was with you in your pain is now guiding you toward the work I have for you. This is the truth of your life, my beloved child. You were never truly on your own, not in the deepest darkness, not in the lowest place. I was observing your path, directing your steps, allowing only what would build your future strength. You think your periods of waiting were just delays, my child, but they were part of my design. The doors that did not open were kept closed to ensure your safety. The connections that fell away were removed to protect the work I have planned for you. My cherished child, consider the journey you have traveled. None of the difficult moments, the unexpected turns, or the opportunities that did not appear were without reason. Each challenge shaped you. Each disappointment guided your steps toward deeper understanding. Know this: the attention upon you from the divine realm is more than just protection. It is recognition of your unique standing. You can no longer see yourself as simply one person among many. You are not, and you never have been. That feeling of being different, which you have always carried, now has a clear explanation. It is not strangeness, it is a sign of being chosen, set apart for a specific task. The intensity of the opposition you have faced is proof of the significant purpose I have placed upon your life. No one tries to take from a place that holds nothing. No one attacks a dwelling that is empty. The force of the resistance you experience is always in proportion to the importance of the calling you carry. And you, my beloved, have carried this weight for a long time without fully grasping its meaning. But now understanding is unfolding. You are observed because you represent a challenge to the forces that oppose me. When my gaze is upon you, it is to direct and keep you safe. When the forces of opposition watch, it is to undermine and cause fear. You have been subject to both forms of attention. However, the balance is shifting. Once you fully understand who you are and the hidden work assigned to you begins to show itself, this scrutiny will no longer intimidate. It will instead empower you, because you will understand its source. Do not dismiss the powerful dreams you had, or the moments of pressure that felt overwhelming during that time in your life. These were signs of your unique function beginning to stir. When you sensed a spiritual presence watching you, it was likely real. But now, your awareness is aligning with the task I have appointed for you. What once felt like spiritual interference is now becoming clear guidance from me. You may not have understood the significance you carried, my child, but others often did. This is why some people reacted to you in unexpected ways. This is why you never quite fit in. This is why even those who cared for you sometimes found you difficult to understand. You carried within you something they could not recognize, and it caused them discomfort. However, that feeling of unease wasn't caused by anything you did wrong. It was their spirit sensing something it could not name. For years, you felt you were too intense, too sensitive, too unlike others. But tonight, that misunderstanding fades. Your spirit was sensing a deeper reality before your understanding could make sense of it. And now, everything is falling into place. This is a time of understanding. My gaze is not only upon you, my presence is also within you. You are being seen, not just as you are now, but as the person I have always known you to be. You have been watched with purpose, and now you will move with confidence. You have always known deep inside that you were different. You never easily followed the usual path, never felt comfortable where others seemed content. Even with people around, you felt like something was missing. But what you didn't realize, my beloved child, is this. Your distinctiveness was not a problem. It was the core of how I shaped you. The unease wasn't pushing you away, it was guiding you. The feeling of not belonging wasn't a punishment, it was confirmation. You were not made to disappear into the background. You were made to stand out. That quiet longing in your soul wasn't just being alone. It was my calling whispering, "There is more for you." You thought you were adrift when in truth, I was keeping you safe. And now things are becoming clear. I wasn't just keeping you from certain people. I was keeping you from patterns that would lessen your clarity, cycles that would hide your gift. I surrounded you with periods of being alone to protect the purpose I placed on your life. You weren't being held back. You were being kept safe. This is why certain chances didn't happen. This is why you were left out, passed over, overlooked, even when you gave your best effort. But you were not unseen. You were deliberately set apart. Because when the right time came, I wanted you to emerge pure and ready. I wanted you prepared and dedicated. When I set someone apart, my precious one, I don't always explain everything as it happens. I simply begin the process of refining, separating, and stretching. And yes, it can be difficult. You cried through times when you didn't even know why you were hurting. You just knew something deep was changing. There was a deep inner reality you couldn't disregard, something holy others couldn't easily grasp. People didn't understand you because the work I give is not easily grasped by minds focused only on what can be seen. You don't need to explain your purpose to anyone. Your main focus is listening to and following me. I made you so your spirit would not let you settle for an ordinary life, no matter how much your thoughts tried to find an easier way. That is why certain jobs felt empty, why some connections left you tired, why a typical life felt restless. Because you were not born for what is common. You were born to bring about sacred change. You carry a spiritual fire that makes just getting by feel wrong. There is something within you that reveals what isn't genuine, my child. This makes you difficult for places where people prefer to blend in rather than grow spiritually. You felt out of place for as long as you can remember. You tried hard to fit in, to look content even when you felt pain. But deep inside, you always knew, I'm not like everyone else. You weren't just thinking this. You were seeing it clearly. I didn't pick you because you seemed strongest on the outside. I picked you because you had a willing spirit. I saw that you could endure hardships that others couldn't face. I placed you in lonely spaces. I allowed you quiet times. I let you experience uncertainty. And now, I'm placing a clear understanding within your care. Being different is the special path I have set for you. The times you were alone were needed. The moments you felt pushed away were part of my design. What seemed like delays were protection you didn't see. While you felt sadness for those who left, I saw the wisdom in their not staying. Not everyone is built to handle the strength of the path I have for you. Not everyone can stand near the brightness that comes from you. Some would have tried to make it smaller. Others would have tried to use it for themselves. But now you understand. The ones who are truly for you will see your brightness. Those meant to walk with you will connect with your inner self. You are not by yourself. You are simply seeing things sooner, living differently than others expect, stepping beyond what feels easy. You are not meant to copy the world you see. You are meant to show who I am. This is why others don't understand your life. It's not supposed to make sense to them. It only makes sense in the unseen reality. The time when you felt unsure is ending. The time when you will see clearly is starting. You weren't set apart by chance. It was for a holy reason. I was creating something inside you that couldn't be seen while it was being made. It needed stillness, quiet, away from everyone watching. And now, what was built in secret is about to be seen openly as your purpose. You were never unfit. You were simply being made ready. There is something you have held on to for a long time, my precious child. Something you tried to ignore, push down, or explain away. A special ability, a deep inner warmth, a sacred way of sensing things. But this ability never left. It just rested quietly. It settled into the deepest core of who you are, waiting for the time your inner self was ready to carry it again. That time is here. This ability was always true, my child, even when people made fun of it. Even when you didn't grasp it, my beloved child. Even when you questioned it yourself, it never went away. It stayed with you through every difficult time, through every wrong turn you took, through every moment your inner self felt far away, because it didn't start with you. It flowed through you, from me. I put something inside you that years couldn't diminish and hardship couldn't remove. You didn't move past the holy reason I made you. You simply let go of the outside layers that hid it. The world tried to make you fit its mold. but the inner brightness I gave you would not bend. That brightness is why you always felt an inner pull, a feeling of not being settled, of something missing, because nothing on the outside was as deep as what was hidden inside you. This is why your inner self felt restless, because I will never let you be content with a false peace. I will stir up what seems calm to wake up what I put you here to do. I will move the deepest parts of your inner self until you answer the purpose you were born for. Still, this ability kept trying to get your notice. Even when you were quiet, it spoke softly. Even when you were tired, it stayed close. What I give, I do not reclaim. This means no mistakes you have made, no trouble you have faced, no time you feel was wasted, can undo what is still inside you. What I began inside you, I will see through to the end. Some people said you were too much, my precious child, too strong in your feelings, too aware of things around you. But that strength wasn't confusion inside you. It was your inner self's way of knowing. The way you understood things wasn't wrong. It was planned that way. You saw the truth behind things others just accepted. You felt a weight where others felt nothing. That didn't happen by accident. That was the reason I made you. You felt you had to hide this ability because the people around you couldn't understand it. They tried to explain the holy part of you with everyday ideas. And for a while you accepted this until now, until the time came when your inner self couldn't hide anymore. The world tells you to hide what makes you strong, to dim your inner brightness, to change the sacred sign upon you. But I am showing you now to fully embrace it, to speak from it, to be led by it. You are coming back into line with how I made you. This ability is your way forward, your direction, your protection. You don't need to say sorry for it. You need to put it to use. My unseen world needs what is within you. The ability you thought was wrong is now your holy strength. It will show you the way, uncover what is hidden, and help others. If you've been having more dreams lately, noticing things, sensing what others miss, my beloved, that is this ability becoming clear again. It is the touch of my spirit stirring the inner knowing that was always there, though it remains still. And now it needs you to pay attention. You are not becoming odd. You are becoming who you truly are. More linked, more clear, more alive. Because if you turn from this ability, you turn from the reason I made you. And I will not let you hold yourself back anymore. Not when so much depends on your readiness to follow. You will stop saying sorry for what you understand. You will stop making your knowing smaller so others feel comfortable. You will no longer question what you see just because others don't see it. The time for doubting what you know is over. You have been brought back to life. This holy ability you have, my cherished one, is not just for you. It is the way for someone else to be free, the tool for another to move forward. What you speak could be the very thing another needs to hear to find clarity. Your brightness might be the only direction they find in the dark. This is not about something that fades quickly. There is a sacred rightness to this time. You are exactly where you need to be, my child. Stop trying to make those who have only known the cold understand the warmth that burns within you. Walk now like someone who knows I have set them apart. You are stepping into a sacred place now, and the unique way I made you is not something you can choose to use or not. It is needed. It is vital. The world doesn't need more people who are just like everyone else. It needs the strong, free spirit that is you. There is a truth about your path I want you to understand, my beloved one. The darkness knew about it before you did. It always senses these things early. The one who opposes doesn't wait for you to figure things out. It reacts instantly when your identity is acknowledged before me. Before you ever spoke a prayer, before you even began to understand spiritual matters, the darkness had already taken notice of you. You were seen not for how strong you were then, but for the strength I knew you would have. The enemy saw the purpose I had for you before you even knew you carried it. This is why difficulties seemed to find you early on. The struggles that felt unfair weren't just random bad luck. They were planned actions taken ahead of time. The darkness moves quickly whenever something important is hidden. It wanted to stop you when you were small, so you would never become the person I intended you to be. But look, my child, you are still here. That heavy feeling you carried when you were young, the unsureness, the feeling of being alone, that wasn't just how you felt. It was spiritual resistance. They tried to silence your voice before it could grow loud. They tried to hurt your spirit before you knew how to guard it. They sought to dim your inner light before you discovered your calling. But they did not win. Every trap they set became something you learned from. You were not vulnerable. You were a chosen one against whom they made specific plans. And the difficulties didn't stop when you grew older. The closer you got to understanding things, the harder the struggle became. Every time you saw things clearly, doubt would show up. Every time you took a firm stand, someone you trusted would disappoint you. Every time you moved forward, something tried to hold you back. But that wasn't a sign you were failing. It was proof. The forces that watched over your family's history, the old ways of thinking that kept others stuck, they knew you were different. They knew that if you ever truly woke up to who you are, their power would be broken. So they moved early. They whispered lies, made you feel unwanted, caused confusion, not to destroy you completely, but to make you less determined. You have walked through hidden battles, inner struggles, times when your spirit felt empty, because something precious within you was being chased. But every hardship you went through only showed this truth more clearly. The reason you are here on earth is not small, it is necessary. You are not just working towards your own future. You stand as a link between my presence and a past that has been hurt. You have carried a heavier weight than many others, not because you are cursed, but because I have chosen you for a specific work. The load has felt heavier. The dark times seem to last longer. The unsureness felt deeper, because what is tied to your life makes the darkness afraid. You are not someone to be pitied. You are someone to be watched. You are a living sign that challenges the plans of the one who opposes me. That is why connections with others felt shaky, my child. Why the feeling in a room often shifted when you walked in. Why certain individuals felt an unexplained aversion towards you. It wasn't really about you as a person. It was spiritual. You don't fit in because you were never meant to just disappear into the crowd. This is the truth the darkness tried to keep from you. That you aren't just here to get through hard times. You were made to rise above them. The power you carry is not something you will have later. It is yours right now. But it only starts working when you agree to use it. The moment you stop looking for others to approve of you and start walking in the place I set for you, everything changes. You are now looking at things that used to scare you without turning away, my child. You are stepping away from how others thought you should be. This is why things feel a bit shaky right now. Why many things seem to be pulling at you. It's because the quiet work I was doing inside you is starting to become visible. What was quiet within you is finding a way to speak. The deep questions you had are turning into a clear path forward. And I am right here with you through all of it. This is the moment to stand strong, not because you are afraid, but because you know exactly why you are here. What was never meant for anyone else to hold on to is now being released. Your thoughts, the words you speak, the way you connect with others, the unique gifts I placed in you, all of it is returning to where it belongs. You are walking back into places where you once felt unsure of yourself. And this time you move with strength and a fire inside you. Yes, the darkness felt this coming first, but now you understand. And when someone I have chosen truly knows who they are, everything shifts. Your words have impact. Your prayers carry power. Your presence matters. You don't just live, you change things around you. You don't just move through life, you walk a path I have made clear. You don't just have an effect on others, you start something new. My beloved child, you were never truly weak. I was always keeping watch over you. And now that you understand the special abilities I put inside you, things are moving. You are about to do things that those who came before you and your family never saw. You are about to silence all the falsehoods that urged you to conceal your true identity. This message is for anyone who has felt worn out by the fight, for those whose special ways felt like a heavy weight, for those who were meant to speak but felt unable. 2. It is time for your strong voice to be heard again. There are others I have set apart, not yet seen, waiting to be certain. If these words feel true to you, my child, you are not just listening. You are a part of this sacred work I am leading. You have been hidden away for too long. Now step out with the strength I have given you. You were not chosen to simply keep things the way they are. You were chosen to make things different. When someone fully steps into the reason I made them, things begin to shake. The world around you feels it. The very air feels changed. Even the forces you cannot see react. And whether you know it or not, just by being here, you have been waking up the unseen world. You are a sacred shift against the darkness. My child, I did not put you here just to keep things steady. I put you here to move things. You were not placed on this earth to just fit in. There is a moment when everything truly changes, not in the world outside you, but deep inside your own spirit. A deep change is unfolding within you, making it impossible to simply go back to how things were. This specific time holds immense significance. It's a moment I've marked for you. You sense this, don't you, my cherished one? That inner movement, that feeling of something vast and lasting drawing near. That isn't unease, it's your spirit coming alive, answering a summons I issued for you before your life on earth began. I have spoken a purpose over your existence. In the realm beyond what you see, something timeless is now active. A divine signal has gone forth, rousing those I have set apart. You aren't merely invited, you are being brought forward. This isn't a mild suggestion or a soft prompting. Your spirit was still for a season as was necessary, but now it must fully stir. The era you were created for has arrived. The task you felt uncertain about is now yours to embrace. The voice guiding you is unmistakable and powerful. You sense a drawing forward, not just emotionally, but in the very rhythm of your days. What once brought you contentment now seems empty, holding no real substance. What you previously accepted feels wrong. You find you cannot continue in the old patterns. This is because you have changed. A sacred transformation has taken place inside you, my child. You no longer feel at ease remaining static. My child, understand this well. To delay now is to resist. You must not delay further. Each moment of hesitation moves you away from the path I set for you. This feeling isn't fear. It's the necessity of immediate action. When I speak, pausing is the same as not hearing. You are not simply asked to consider. You are being alerted. When I make my voice known in this way, it's not for hesitant thought, but for a significant encounter. My appointed time is now intersecting with your journey. This is a holy pause in the usual flow, a spiritual coming together of your past and your future. And you are the place where these meet. You have asked me for direction, prayed for significance, sought understanding. Now that these are present, you feel unsettled. You feel the need to release things. It feels like a persistent summons. This is because what you desired requires your genuine self, not the one you have shown to the world. You sense the deep vibration within you. You understand something is unfolding that your mind hasn't fully understood. This is not random. This is my direct doing. I have caused things around you to stand still so I could speak this to you. You are receiving this message by my design. I am observing your reaction. Your acceptance will have a great impact on your life, but your refusal, my precious one, will carry a price far greater than you can now comprehend. Now this summons is sounding, not only externally, but deep within you. You feel familiar patterns dissolving. The old influences are losing their power. The former boundaries are giving way. This is not happening randomly. This is me stirring you, calling you to a higher place. You cannot stay fixed in your previous state. Not in your thinking, not in your inner being, not in your emotions. What once served you will now feel confining. The environments where you felt secure will become spiritually vacant. This is because I do not sustain what did not originate with me. You are sensing this summons because this transformation is meant specifically for you. No other person will perceive exactly what you perceive. No other person will sense exactly what you sense. This is because your summons is unlike any other. The part I have for you is distinct, and I do not extend such calls to all. I extend them to those I have set apart. The season of comfort has ended. You cannot seek my presence and decline the challenges. You cannot ask for my strength and push back against the unfolding. I am calling you to rise up, not softly but with intensity. You are being drawn into the core of the task I have prepared for you, and your lack of response will speak more loudly than any justification. This is that distinct sound. This is that inner vibration, and you are the one for whom it is intended. You have been experiencing the indicators, unexpected difficulties, clear visions in your sleep, a sudden turning away from things you once valued. All of this points to the summons. The path I established for you is becoming alive, and I am observing whether you will step forward. This is your moment to fully awaken. It is more than just a powerful emotion. It is an enduring invitation. Every soul I have chosen passes through a period of being unseen, a season when understanding is elusive, yet everything is being formed in stillness. You have experienced this, my beloved. You have journeyed through times when your requests felt unanswered, lingered in spaces where I seemed distant, and bore a silence so profound it touched your very core. But none of that time was without purpose. You were being made ready during those still periods. That time you felt overlooked was not an indication that I had forgotten you, my child. It was the beginning of something significant. The hardships you faced were not sent to cause you pain. They were elements of the path I set before you. The solitary periods you endured were not without reason. They forged the inner resilience you possess today. While others sought external approval, you focused on communion with me, away from public view. You confronted significant challenges when no one observed. You felt fractured when no one was aware. Yet you persevered even without support from others. This is how strength is built within the spirit. You did more than merely survive the challenging periods. Those times transformed you in beneficial ways. Feeling isolated taught you how to discern my voice. The still moments helped you understand dependence on me. Difficulties prepared you to walk by faith in what is unseen. Now, as you reflect, the significance of everything you have experienced will become evident. You have been in a season of deep readying. Each instance someone disappointed you. You learned where to establish boundaries, my precious one. Each time matters unfolded more slowly than you anticipated, you gained greater clarity. Each time a way forward ended, you learned which direction to take. What you believed made you unsuitable actually reveals your readiness. Others may have perceived your periods of stillness as weakness, but from my perspective, quiet can be a path of wisdom. I safeguard what I am restoring. I shield what I am causing to grow. I kept you safe, not because you were damaged, but because you were growing into something significant that needed its proper season for revelation. Even those who stood against you contributed to your readying. Each person who distanced themselves from you, unknowingly, assisted in preparing your inner being. I allowed those moments to shape who you are inside, to make you more determined, and to keep your heart low. You didn't realize I was getting you ready because there wasn't a clear map given, just hard things happening. The things that didn't make sense then are now where your strength comes from. You learned to keep going, my beloved child. You learned to do things quietly. You learned to look for me even when it was hard. You learned to know who was real and who wasn't. And knowing that, even though it cost you a lot, is now worth everything. You didn't pick the easy way. You walked a different kind of path, and those paths aren't fast, they go deep, and people often don't see them. The world wants things fast. I care about a heart that gives itself to me, and you gave yourself to me, my cherished one, even when you didn't understand why. There were times at night you were sure you missed my direction, times you wondered if you got things wrong, times when you weren't sure about what you knew. But through all of it, something solid was growing within you. A deep knowing, a quiet strength that says, even if no one else knows me, I still know who I truly am inside. This is why you don't pull back like you used to, my child. Why you react differently now. Why your eyes show something deep. It's not that life made you tough, but that my spirit gave you understanding. You've lived through enough to tell what's real from what's fake, and that makes you hard for the darkness to deal with. Your path has been like this, hidden at first, then shown openly, gotten ready where no one saw. That's what your life has been. A time of being made clear, a time of gaining strength, a time of being kept safe, not pushed away, but watched over. You aren't coming out as someone else, but as the one I made clear, my beloved. The one I made strong through hard times, the one shown capable through challenges. You didn't get here by acting like you were ready. You got here by going through it. You faced things that would have been too much for many others. And now that the strength inside you is clear, this time coming won't be about trying hard to make things happen, but just stepping into where you belong. You won't need to explain who you are, my child. What you do will show it. Just being there will say it. Your words will matter not because they're loud, but because they have weight. You have more than just facts. You carry importance. An importance that doesn't need anyone else's okay to work. An importance that changes how things feel around you when you come in. You are ready, my precious one. Not because you feel totally ready, but because I say you are. And I wouldn't ask you to step out if I hadn't already given you everything you need. The hard times you went through showed it. Your ability to keep moving forward was the sign. You went through tests no one else saw, and I saw every single one. Now the covering is being lifted. The one who was kept hidden is being shown. And when others ask where you came from, my child, you will just smile, because they can't understand what it costs to get what you have. But I understand. And now, this time is here. There are times in your life when I pay close attention, when I'm not just watching from far away, but looking closely at the steps you're about to take. You are in a time like that now, my cherished one. My eyes are on you, not to judge or be angry, but with a reason. That is how I am looking at you right now. You've been waiting, wondering when your time would come, not to be seen by others, but to be free to do what you were made for, my beloved one. And now, my focused attention rests upon your life, a tangible presence. You can feel it, can't you? That strong sense, that feeling of being pressed in by me. It's not just stress, my child. It's the feeling that you are being seen for a special reason. You aren't being watched just for fun. You are being watched because of the steps you will take. What you do now matters in ways that will go past just you. That quiet feeling you keep having inside that this is the time isn't something you made up. It's you knowing clearly what you're meant to do. There's a reason you've felt more open lately. Your feelings are closer. You can sense things more clearly. You might not rest as deeply. It's because the real you inside knows my attention isn't far away anymore, my child. It's close.